Buffalo Bills have been handed their first loss of the season. Mariah Janos here, joined by Evan Lazar. Evan, did the Titans kind of lay the blueprint for how to beat this Bills team?
Well, I certainly think that Bill Belichick is going to pull up this tape in a couple of weeks when he starts to prepare for Buffalo and see what old friend Mike Vrabel had in store for this Bills offense and defense. I think offensively, Buffalo, it was really about limiting the big plays for Tennessee. Only one throw completed of over 20 yards for Josh Allen in this game, really forcing him to check the ball down, throw the ball short, and really turn this offense into a catch and run unit, which is not what it wants to be. It wants to be an explosive passing attack with Stephon Diggs and John Brown getting down the field and Allen's big arm throwing those guys open. And the Titans were able to really put a cap on that. And I think that's where you have to start. And then secondary to that, once they did limit those big plays, I think as the game sort of wore on, Josh Allen got a little bit greedy and he threw a couple of interceptions on the opening drive, and he threw one later in the game where I think that he was trying to take a deeper throw down the field instead of just taking what the defense was giving him, and he got caught. So trying to be a little bit too aggressive in those types of situations. I actually thought Josh Allen played okay given the score. I don't think this was a game where he kind of exposed himself as an average quarterback or anything like that. I thought he was solid given the circumstances. On the other side of the ball, this Bills defense is not the Bills defense that we're used to over the last couple of years. They have some holes. Trey White didn't play in this game. Matt Milano didn't play in this game. Those are two big starters that were down, but they're disciplined in their zone coverages. Their pass rush is not what it used to be. They're not really getting home with four rushers, which is a big part of Sean McDermott's scheme. So I think defensively, there's a lot more concern in Buffalo right now than what the offense did last night.
Today's segment is powered by CarShield, America's #1 auto protection company. Call 800-CAR-6000, mention the code BEAT, or go to carshield.com and enter the promo code BEAT for 10% off. That's carshield.com, promo code BEAT. Now, the Bills just lost. Kansas City was also handed their first loss over the weekend. How uncertain is the top of the AFC right now?
Well, you mentioned blueprint, and I think that word is so key for both of those teams. Blueprints is such a fun thing to me because what ends up happening is these offenses are doing things that come out of the gate, out of the training camp and out of the preseason. No preseason this year, obviously, and they have new things, right? They have new wrinkles. They have new ways to move the football. And then eventually the defenses see it on tape a few weeks in a row and they start to adjust. And I think with Kansas City and Buffalo, you saw the blueprint was really laid for Kansas City by the Chargers and then executed really well by the Patriots in week 4 of this man-match zone type of coverage where they're passing off those deep routes instead of chasing them across the field. Now the blueprint by the Titans of limiting those big plays and forcing Josh Allen to beat you with consistent long drives, that's sort of the blueprint that's out on Buffalo. So now Buffalo's got to adjust. So I think that's really what you have to see from these two teams. I still think the Chiefs are the favorites and should be the favorites in the AFC, but how does Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes adjust to a lot of the zone coverages that they have been seeing over the last couple of weeks, and can they figure out ways now to beat those coverages and take advantage of those types of weaknesses that they're going to see out of that versus maybe them being played against with man coverage or anything like that. So it's blueprint season right now. Everybody in the AFC is kind of getting exposed to how you can defend them, how you can attack them offensively. Now the question is, are these top teams in the AFC going to be able to adjust moving forward?
Blueprint season. I love it. For all of our Patriots coverage, head over to clnsmedia.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel over at Patriots Press Pass.